Today I'm driving 1,000 miles in my Volvo without a heater in a generational winter storm. The only heat I have is from this map gas torch so I can clean the window. Let's do it. You're watching the 3G Video YouTube channel. All right, first things first, we gotta get this car packed because not only are we driving through it, I'm also camping out of this car with no heater. So we gotta get some winter gear packed up. Let's get to it. All right, well, as you saw, we got Benny packed up and ready to go. Problem is, he's not starting because it is cold out here. It is 0 degrees. I added a couple extra layers, got my big pants on, and we're gonna try to get this thing running. I don't know what's going on. It's not got any spark. Well, I spent an embarrassingly long time working on this thing, messing with wires, and ended up changing a coil. I don't know if that's actually what fixed it, but it's running, and we're gonna hit the road. I feel like a marshmallow stuffed in here, kind of. Anyway, we're heading down US 41 towards Evansville for our first stint. All right, so our first stop here on this epic journey is here at Ryan Hargett's shop. This is the race shop, correct?
The race shop, yeah. Trusty blue up here on the lift, just sitting there being neglected. This is a stock one that's of mine. It's going to get a Whipple on it at some point.
So this is the car that we've seen at Dragon Drives, not last year, but the year before. We were vying for the championship there, so we saw you at Street.
Second in the championship.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Every Dragon Drive we entered, we won, so it was pretty cool.
That is so sick.
I don't know if I would be able to say that again.
But this is the new unlimited car, right?
Yep, chassis I've had for a while. Jerry Bickle chassis originally. It was a nitrous car. Last year we just took and converted it over to drive it on the street and fit a Coyote and, you know, obviously be fit for turbos.
This thing's gonna be an animal. I'm so excited.
I hope so.
I love the name of it, the Antidote, which is pretty fun little play there. I like that.
It's a Chevrolet with a Ford Coyote engine in it, which a lot of people get a kick out of, or they get mad about, which is funny. But it's a similar combo that was in the Mustang. It's a new block and crank, rods, pistons, same heads. We just dry decked this one. A lot bigger turbos on this now.
And you're making how much power with this?
Our goal with this one is over 3,000, well over 3,000.
In a previous video, we saw your other shop, the more mass customer shop, I suppose. What do you do differently here?
What we do here is normally projects that I'm the only one working on them, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a longer term project, if I'm building an engine, I'm normally going to do that out here.
Okay.
Because I have all the equipment out here.
And you got like a clean room over here and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
That's really cool.
And if I'm doing a big wiring project or plumbing on a car like this, or even some of our like resto mods or street rods and stuff, I'll bring it out here because that's I normally handle that side of it. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's really cool having awesome friends in the race car community. Hargett just asked me if I wanted to bring the car in and I could just spend the night in here, you know. Something that looks a little out of place, you know, Benny, Pro Mods, you know, it's fine. It's obviously very cold outside. My original plan was to actually sleep out on the road somewhere, but got here a little late with the car troubles this morning. They offered to just let me spend the night. So this is going to be good. All right, so it's the next morning. We're in here nice and warm. Hargett came back out, got the shop all lit up, and we're working on Benny real quick because we've had a coolant issue with him for a hot minute, which has pushed a lot of coolant. And over time, I've thought that it's this radiator cap here on the top hose that I think the cap wasn't seating right and such. So we're going to test that theory by making a piece to go in here to block it off and just use the radiator cap over here. Yes, I've been running 2 radiator caps. Weird deal. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so we got our machined part in there, getting fluid back in the system. Well, guys, it's been an amazing experience hanging out here at Hargett's shop. It is amazing. Got some stuff done on Benny and such, as you saw. big thank you to him. If you guys need any special work done, make sure you go check out his stuff over Hargett Automotive and Performance. Is that website? Is that the website?
HargettAutomotive.com.
Perfect. Go check them out. See if you need any work done. Hit my guy up. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna get back on the road. Again, big thank you to Ryan. He actually even got me a heated blanket and an inverter thingy here to keep me warm. So, dude, having such great people in the community, I cannot believe it. This is awesome. After I left Ryan's shop, I headed south across the Ohio River into Kentucky, down to I-24, where I made the turn east towards Nashville. All right, trip is going good. About an hour and a half down the road. My feet kept getting colder and colder, and I was trying to figure out what's going on. Then I realized that one of my patch panels that I put together had burst, and it was just dumping all the cold air directly on my feet. So I'm gonna get the duct tape out and get that fixed. I made it through Nashville on some traffic. It is a balmy 20 degrees. So far, we've only seen some cold weather, but we're about to see that winter storm that's wiping through the entire southern half of the United States. We're running right directly into it after we get past Atlanta. We're headed south, keep going south, down into Florida. Hopefully we can get through it before it gets too bad. After getting gas in Nashville, stayed on I-24 East, crossing over the one mountain pass before we drop down into Chattanooga at sunset. This is where we're going to catch on I-75 to make the turn south. By the time I got on 75, it had turned dark and we were heading towards Atlanta. Had to stop at Buc-ee's to get gas real quick and then made our way down into Atlanta. By this time, the storm had grown even bigger and already been through Atlanta. So we were seeing the aftermath of ice and snow in Atlanta, Georgia, an absolutely wild sight. And as we pushed farther south, things got even worse. All right, I'm catching up with you from Forsyth, Georgia. As you can tell, there's ice on everything. They do not have any equipment down here to take care of it. So there's wrecks on I-75 north and south. Because of that, I decided to get off and find a good little parking spot here in a Walmart to spend the night. Should be a lot safer than being out on the side of the interstate or something like that. It was sketchy coming down here as far as we did. We'll just see in the morning how far we can get or if we can even go then. So catch up with you in the morning. Well, guys, it is morning, and as you can tell, it is still cold out. My breath from the night froze up on the windows. We still have ice on the ground, but the sun is out and it's starting to warm up. So I'm going to take my time, get ready to go. It does look like the interstate is a little clearer, but there's still a lot of wrecks and stuff. So we're going to see some aftermath of last night. It's going to be an interesting day. Let's see how far we can get. Okay, got all situated, ready to hit the road, but I got a frozen windshield. So you know what time it is. Now the real moment of truth. Will Benny start? Oh yeah, like a champ. Our first attempt for today is going to be to get down to Macon, Georgia. It's only 19 miles, but apparently the interstate is bad. So let's go see if we can make this happen. So even though last night it was just a complete sheet of ice, it is way better this morning. You can see some of it's melted. It's still definitely not perfect. Well, it looks like traffic's moving on the interstate, so we're gonna try it. Let's see. The traffic north is still locked up as bad as it was last night. Oh my. Okay. Let's see if we can do something. Alright, so this is the 275. They got police over here telling everybody not to go because there's a crash. Trucks are just completely backed up. And yes, I know the windshield is atrocious. I have to look through it too. I'm sorry, guys. All right, we made it to the north end of Macon, Georgia. Oh no. I was gonna clean off my windshield, but the windshield wiper stuff is frozen. That's a problem. I went to go in and the gas station's closed, so everything down here is closed. I can wipe it off with the rag, so you can see before, after. So hopefully we can keep doing this and keep moving forward. Well, I got back on the interstate and windshield dirtied immediately. And we got stop traffic headed south now. So we were taking a little detour here, apparently get around some of this. The detour took us alongside the interstate where we saw some more carnage from last night. And then it took us out onto some 2-lane roads where I eventually found something quite interesting. Well, we found the problem with this road. There's this hill here in the country with the trees that's shading the road, and it is not thawed. So we got a semi stuck up there, and then cars trying to get around it on the snow and ice. Everybody's sliding. This is going to be fun. All right, so after a little bit of backtracking and some slipping and sliding around through the country, finally made it back to the interstate where it was finally free. All right, got back up to the interstate. It's moving now, but slow. We're just going to see how far we can get again. All right, well, made it to the second Buc-ee's down here, which is good. Means we got about 180 miles till we're completely out of it. So, getting close. All right, well, had a good lunch here at Buc-ee's. If you can tell over there, completely stopped on the southbound. Apparently there's an 18-wheeler all crossed up sideways down south. So we're gonna hop over to 41, 2-lane highway, and hopefully get around some of this. Heard that it's clear from a local, so we're gonna head over there, try to make some miles. Might be the only way that we're gonna be able to get through tonight. If we can get to Florida before sunset, we should be in good shape. So with that, our journey took us off the interstate once again over onto a 2-lane highway. This time, however, traffic was moving a lot smoother. We were able to get down to the next town and get back on the interstate for the rest of our trip. Well, guys, we made it to Florida, and it looks weird with snow on the ground and all the palm trees. Yet another fuel stop, got the windshield wiped off, and as you can see out here, there's not really much snow. Apparently there's still a little bit south, but we're pretty much out of it. On to Tampa. Now that I was out of the bad weather, it was pretty smooth sailing down 75 all the way to Tampa and then on to Bradenton after a couple quick stops at Planet Fitness and then 4 separate 7-Elevens trying to find horchata, and finally found it right before we got to the track. And just like that, we are at Bradenton Motorsports Park. Well, guys, it's the next morning, and we are here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. We have a crazy event coming up with U.S. Street Nationals. It's going to be an amazing time, but I hope you guys enjoy getting to see this adventure. We're going to have way more on the channel of adventures and awesome events, like the fastest race probably have ever to happen for Pro Mods, so it's going to be insane. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit a like on this video if you haven't already. I really appreciate all of you being here, and I look forward to seeing you back for the next adventure. So, as always, have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. That's the shot. Gotta get it.
This is cool.
I totaled the front end of my car.
Well, thank you guys for watching this iteration of the 3G Video YouTube channel. We'll see you nerds later.